No one can dispute that women conduct tests on men, whether for the purpose of determining a man's value, gauging his interest, or simply for fun. Because Sigma males typically radiate mystique and are usually difficult to interpret, they continually put men through their paces. It is quite difficult for women to grasp what they are thinking. Women are often captivated by men's mystique, yet unaware of how to engage them. This usually causes them to test Sigma males in order to ascertain his degree of interest, and women are attempting to discover the key to breaching Sigma's guard. Due to their high degrees of independence and seclusion, Sigma males are perceived to be cold and disinterested. This cannot possibly be true. In reality, they are the best possible partners. They are extremely loyal and accommodating, knowing when to provide space and when to be there. Here are 9 desirable ways in which women evaluate Sigma males. Number 1. She initially puts him to the test by instilling confidence in him. Some women may express this openly, while others may do it in a more concealed manner. Since Sigma males are famous for their unflinching self-assurance, women usually put them to the test by challenging their views or ideas. She may also play the part of the adversary to make him reconsider his conduct. This may appear bothersome, yet it is a woman's attempt to better comprehend him. She is evaluating his capacity to maintain composure under stress. Because they think rationally, Sigma males are able to rapidly see through a woman's tests and always know what to do next. Women are unaware that Sigma males usually use adversity as an opportunity to learn more about themselves and their cognitive processes. It resembles a mental boxing fight for them. Their cleverness and wit usually disarm women and pique their curiosity. They are always seeking to maintain parity. This is one of the aspects that contribute to Sigma's appeal to women. A keen wit and an educated mind are extremely attractive in men. A Sigma's appearance shines best when their thoughts are engaged, which is also when their confidence is most apparent. Number 2. She conveys unclear messages. Women typically employ this method to evaluate males by observing their responses. They will employ contradicting communication. She may, for example, be hot one moment and cold the next. She may be interested in him one day and completely disinterested in him the next. A woman does this to measure a man's degree of interest in her and to determine how far she will go to win him over. Frequently, men become involved in the games and begin to second-guess their behavior. They may begin to worry if they are responding correctly or misinterpreting the situation. Here is where the men of Sigma shine, which they often perceive via these activities and refuse to partake in. This helps individuals to maintain their mental state and maintain concentration on their goals. They will advise her that they will not tolerate her antics and that she must assume a leadership position or go. Typically, she either becomes more fascinated or fully withdraws as a consequence. In any instance, the circumstance is advantageous for Sigmas. They are adept at screening ladies thoroughly and are not afraid to release them. If they do not fit properly, they would never waste their attention on someone who sends them mixed signals. They can focus their energy on more productive endeavors, thanks to this time-saving tool. Number 3. She responds to him with silence. At this time, she has completely neglected him and acts as though he does not exist. She may have acted in this manner in response to anything he said or did, or she may have acted in this manner at random. In any instance, it is a way of testing. The purpose is to assess if he will surrender to her demands by observing his reaction. The Sigma is not the type of man to put up with such foolishness. He understands that the silent treatment is only an attention-seeking strategy. Frequently, he would continue to disregard her until she falls asleep or leaves. Occasionally, he may even respond to her silence. Typically, this is a foolproof method for getting her to swiftly crawl back to him and beg for forgiveness. The silent treatment is one of the several games women perform. While women commonly use this game as a highly efficient control mechanism, it has little impact on male Sigma males who cherish their alone. They can assume that being treated with silence is a disguised favor. It affords them the opportunity to relax in peace. Since it provides them with a much-needed reprieve from certain women's non-stop talking, some Sigma males may find the stillness to be welcome. Treatment pleasant. When women have a taste of their own medicine, the silent treatment is no longer as successful as they originally imagined it to be. Number 4. She utilizes reverse psychology. This is another classic trick performed by women to test the masculinity of males. For the sake of gauging his reaction, they will say one thing while actually meaning another. She may, for example, claim to be searching for nothing serious when, in reality, she is. She may also appear disinterested to tempt him to pursue her. A woman does this to measure a man's degree of interest in her and to determine how far she will go to win him over. When it comes to reverse psychology, Sigma males are often one step ahead because they are able to see through a woman's masquerade and understand what she is actually attempting to express. This allows them to retain their calm and prevents them from becoming engrossed in the games. Reverse psychology is only an additional opportunity for Sigma males to display their brains and interpersonal abilities. They regard it as a challenge and frequently like discovering a woman's genuine feelings. When others see through her deception, they typically find it amusing and find themselves smirking in the face of adversity. Despite the fact that this may seem disarming to certain women, it just serves to boost. Women cannot resist using reverse psychology on Sigma males. That it is often a futile undertaking. Number 5. She disagrees with him on every issue on purpose. This is a difficult situation. In an effort to test a man, women will frequently argue with him over everything. While many men failed this test as a result of getting in a fight with her after falling for her ruse, others succeeded. Men of Sigma frequently ask if she's doing it intentionally or if this is her perspective. They usually find themselves in difficult situations because they respect women with strong opinions and independence. They will listen to her perspective and attempt to grasp it. Even if they might not always agree with her, they will endeavor to comprehend her perspective. Obviously, Sigma arrives at the correct solution. In these instances, if the woman is only trying to start a conflict, he would usually give in for the sake of peace and move on. This method of evaluation is usually unsuccessful. Since Sigma males do not appear readily upset or defensive, they are skilled at keeping cool and avoiding useless disputes. Moreover, they are often adept at mediating tense situations. If she hasn't already, she will quickly comprehend Sigma's personality. He is not a person who is easily duped or manipulated. He is able to see through her manipulations and normally prevails in these situations. Certainly, there are times when a woman acts harsh solely for the purpose of being tough. Under these conditions, the Sigma just vanishes. Leaving her to fend for herself is the best course of action. Attempting to argue with someone who is plainly not interested in a rational conversation is futile. Number 6. She tests his concentration by putting him to the test. At this stage, she is attempting to determine the extent of his genuine interest in her. She may adjust her behavior or look several times to determine whether he notices. She might also propose what she needs or desires and see whether he takes note. She regularly becomes enraged and accuses him of not paying her sufficient attention. If he doesn't, the Sigma is the sort of man who is constantly attentive, exceptionally perceptive. Even minute factors can have both good and harmful consequences. It is useful since he is continuously aware of what is occurring. In comparison to other males, he may occasionally come off as suspicious or paranoid as a result. Sigma males are extraordinarily observant and usually more critical in their thinking. They are more likely to notice nuances that others overlook, whether it's a change in someone's behavior or a little detail that others would overlook. They are exceptional leaders in part because of this. They have an expansive viewpoint and are always aware of their surroundings. Because they are attentive at all times, Sigma males usually pass this examination without even realizing it. Typically, they will observe any adjustments. However, this can occasionally be problematic since she may feel uneasy if he is excessively vigilant. Number 7. She hopes to influence his viewpoint. She attempts to get him to see things her way at this point. She may attempt to persuade him by appealing to logic or passion. She frequently grows upset and labels him difficult or stubborn when he refuses. The Sigma is a man with a strong commitment to his principles. He is firm in his convictions and not easily swayed. He is attentive and receptive to the viewpoints of others, yet he will always act according to his own judgment. She often just takes this test. She will surrender if he does not yield. She is aware that it is futile to spend time trying to convince him to change his mind. Obviously, she has limited ability to actually affect his decision. On rare circumstances, she may be able to get him to see things her way, but he will often maintain his position. In order to evaluate his emotional commitment, she leaves him in the dark. She is uncertain about her desire for a relationship at this time. Number 8. She may play him for a fool and capture him, assessing his tenacity and tolerance to determine how much he can take. He will never subject her to extreme stress or make her desire to be with him. A Sigma male is aware that everything will work out if it's meant to. He is not required to exert pressure. However, he will not wait forever if too much time passes and she continues to use this immature language. And he will not tolerate her pranks. Despite his patience, Sigma male is not a pushover. He is self-aware and will not tolerate mistreatment. At this point, she is pushing him to his limits. She seeks to test his limits by pushing him to his breaking point. She may make him feel uneasy with her words or actions. She is attempting to assess his reaction, regardless of whether she crosses the line or not. The Sigma recognizes his limitations and will not tolerate being pushed beyond them. He will be quite clear about what is acceptable and what is not, and he has very strong limits. Depending on how far she pushes him, he may need to stand his ground and leave the situation while Sigma intervenes. Men also test boundaries. They do, sir, in a different context, and women routinely use this tactic to influence men before he ultimately presses the gas pedal. They wish to obtain as much as possible. Typically, she does this as a test before employing it as a move of domination against him. It typically escalates rapidly into a game of control. Things might quickly spiral out of control if a man does not assert himself. This is common among beta guys who are too hesitant to exert themselves. Some alpha men may not understand it's a test and behave aggressively, but Sigma males often see through it. Sigma will not allow her to influence him with her techniques, since he is adept at managing situations of this nature.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.